Action.
Good morning, Dragons. Today is the fifth day of our special rotation. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence. Thank you. We are Jefferson Elementary School Dragons, and we roar. We are respectful. We are on task and ready. We are always safe. We are responsible. Together we can make a difference.
Great job, guys. Thank you. Justice, don't even. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Roller. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Fantastic. So glad you're here with us this morning.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here with the Friday Mindful Minute. So this week we've been talking about listening to learn. So the quote today is, "Nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening." So you can talk all you want, but if you really want to learn something, then you need to listen to your teachers, to your parents, to your friends, and that's how you learn. So I hope y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Thank you, Miss Roller. Good morning, Jefferson Elementary. I'm by myself now, so I'm going to go ahead and take my mask off. So happy Friday! Woo! Happy Friday. We're so glad everybody's here this morning. I have been cataloging books all week. So I have some really exciting books to share with you. So my friends in first grade, they love the nonfiction books. Now, I mean, of course, they're all AR too. Fantastic. But this is a whole new series of dog books. So I've got Greyhounds and Brittany's and Bichon Frises. I think I'm saying that right. I probably am saying it wrong. Maybe not. Australian cattle dogs, Maltese. And then there's another section of, these are animals of the mountains. I just know my friends who love their animal books. So these are all about animals that live in different mountains ranges around the world. So I've got snow leopards and pikas, mountain lions, mountain goats, brown bears, and bearded vultures. Look at that. And they're all AR, brand new nonfiction books, 2 different sets. And then even added more for all my sports fans out there. Whole Let's Play Sports books. So I've got one on baseball and wrestling. See what else I've got. I've got soccer and hockey and gymnastics, football, cheerleading, and basketball. Personal favorite. Good stuff. Okay, so these are all going to be new to our nonfiction section. And I just know my first grade friends, though, love the nonfiction books. For some reason, they just gravitate towards them. And so anyways, but they're all going to be available. So if you come today and you want to ask for them, we'll have them out ready for you. But they're brand new, added to our library. Love brand new books. Okay, we have... This morning, I'm going to read you a book. It's called Music for Mr. Moon. And this is actually a book that it's on our tournament of books. So this one is competing with A Sweet Smell of Roses. Now, second grade friends, you've already heard this if you've come to media already. But I wanted my kindergarten and first grade friends and pre-K friends to hear it too. So this is Music for Mr. Moon. It is an AR test. Okay, so teachers, Music for Mr. Moon, and it's written by Philip Steed. Okay, here we go. And there is the moon shining brightly down. Okay. When Harriet Henry came down for dinner, her parents said, Someday you will play your cello in a big orchestra. Won't that make you happy? Harriet imagined crowds of people all dressed up like penguins. Her hands became sweaty and her face became hot. No, she said with a sigh, I don't think that'll make me happy. And Harriet pushed her green beans into a neat row. Then she closed her eyes and she changed her parents into penguins. May I excuse myself? She asked. Harriet Henry did not want to play in a big orchestra. Harriet Henry wanted to play her cello all alone. When Harriet was alone, she would change her room into a little house with a kitchen table, a chair, a teacup, and a fireplace. And when everything was quiet and still, she would draw her bow and, so there she is with her cello. Oh, she started to play and she heard, hoo, hoo, hoo. So look, she's in her room and she's like, wait a second, that is not the way my cello sounds. And she looks out the window. She sees this creature. Harriet peeked her head out the window. Excuse me, please go away, she said. I want to be alone. And then she sat back down and drew her bow, and so there she is. She's asking the creature, please stop. And then the creature says, whoo, whoo, whoo. Harriet took her teacup and threw it out the window. Who? Asked the owl, and he flew off into the night. Harriet did not want to hurt the owl. I just want to be alone, she thought. And then she sat back down and tried to change her regret into a new teacup. But before she could, Harriet's little house filled up with smoke. Quickly she made herself a bucket, filled it with water, and tossed it into the fire. And then she ran outside. Hello, came a voice. Harriet looked up and saw the moon. Why are you sitting in my chimney? She asked. Because I'm stuck, said the moon. Why are you stuck? Asked Harriet. Because, said the moon, you hit me with your teacup and I fell from the sky. Harriet felt horrible. I am really sorry, she said. And then she made herself a ladder, climbed up to the roof, and pulled the moon out of her chimney. My name is Harriet Henry, said Harriet, but you can call me Hank. Well, I'm the moon, said the moon, but you can call me Mr. Moon. Do you get chilly up in the sky? Asked Hank. Yes, said Mr. Moon, I do. When I am chilly, said Hank, I wear a warm hat. Then Hank made herself a wagon. She pulled Mr. Moon through the neighborhood, past the lake and the broken street lamp, all the way to the hat maker. Mr. Moon would like a hat, said Hank. She pulled $1 from her pocket. Mr. Moon may have any hat that he likes, said the hat maker. Then he gave Hank back her $1, because once, when he was very young, he had fallen in love on a moonlit night. Mr. Moon chose the striped hat. Do you like being the moon? Asked Hank. Yes, said Mr. Moon, but sometimes I wish I wasn't the moon. Hank stopped at the broken street lamp. What would you do if you weren't the moon? She asked. Mr. Moon glowed brightly on the sidewalk below. I would row in a boat, he answered with a soft smile. Every night I watch my reflection float from one side of the lake to the other. Just once I'd like to float on a lake for real. Hank pulled Mr. Moon to the edge of the lake. You wait here, she said, and then she went to knock on the fisherman's door. Mr. Moon would like to row in a boat, said Hank. She pulled $1 from her pocket. Mr. Moon may borrow any boat he likes, said the fisherman. Then he gave Hank back her $1 because once, long ago, the moon had chased away a storm and guided him home safely. Mr. Moon chose the red boat. Hank and Mr. Moon rowed to the middle of the lake. This is nice, said Hank. Yes, this is nice, said Mr. Moon. I like the sound of the water when it drips from the oars, and I like the sound of the buoy bell coming from far away. I think you are lucky, said Mr. Moon. There is so much music down below. It is so quiet up in the sky. I think it is time for me to go back home, said Mr. Moon, and he cast his cool light across the water without a sound. Will you come too and play your cello for me? Hank's hands became sweaty and her face became hot. I do not like to play for crowds, she said, but maybe if you close your eyes and promise not to cheer. I promise, said Mr. Moon. Hank rowed back to the dock. You wait here, she said. Then she pulled her wagon back to the fisherman. May I borrow your net, please? And she pulled her wagon back to the hat maker. May I have another hat, please? Last, she pulled her wagon back to the owl. I am sorry that I scared you before. Will you help me return Mr. Moon? I will, said the owl, because every owl is a friend of the moon. Then the owl collected every owl, and Hank collected her cello. And together they collected Mr. Moon and brought him back home. Thank you, owls, said Hank. And then, when everything was quiet and still, Hank drew her bow and played her music for no one but Mr. Moon. So in the end, she did play for somebody, and it was successful. So that is one of our Tournament of Books. It'll be going up against Sweet Smell of Roses, which I'll read next Friday, and then we'll have the winner of that bracket. And that book will go on to compete. Whichever wins will compete against Baby Shark. Okay. Have a great day, dragons. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye.